all the hundreds of world-famous podcasts, this is one of them. It's the Dave and Doc Podcast.
Masks optional.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, hello. He slipped that in. He slipped it in at the end.
Yeah,
That was
the mask optional. Yeah.
Thank you again, Mike. We appreciate you, brother.
That's pretty awesome.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, there's some other ones too, but I thought that one would be fun.
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it. I like it.
Well, hey there, folks. It's show number 15.
15. Again, one step closer.
One step closer
to the magical celebration.
as we celebrate the greatest quarterback that ever lived. Ever lived. I said ever lived, right? Ever lived.
Forever, ever.
Forever. Yes.
I got you.
Yes, the one, the only, the immortal Joseph Montana from Monongahela, Pennsylvania.
There you go. Getting close.
Which is, I mean, Dan Marino's from Monongahela, too.
How about that?
Yeah. I think they're both.
The odds of that?
Yeah. And one of them's a great quarterback.
That's mean.
Gosh. There wasn't any more to that. That was all.
That's it. That's it.
Well, hey, folks, welcome. It is show number 15. I'm Dave.
And I'm Doc.
That's why we call the podcast Dave and Doc. Because
it.
that's as crafty as we could get. Hey, thanks for all the folks, before we get into this, that have watched on YouTube.
Yes.
I'm a little surprised. We had quite a lot of people watched on YouTube. So
We're very curious.
How about that?
About the faces for radio.
Right.
And it got them. It got them, I think.
And since we
Now, did everybody's phone or computer screen break when they actually popped it up?
Yeah, we had to get an attorney because we're getting sued for a lot of broken screens and that sort of thing.
That
so
made my ulcer hurt. My ulcer is now hurting. Thank you for that. When I was, it is kind of funny though. One of the nurse practitioners at work they had pulled it up, and I was telling one of my dad jokes.
Yeah.
And the computer went to sleep. And it was just like perfect time. I told the snowbank one, and the screen went black.
That was it.
She was awesome because she said, without missing a beat, she goes, apparently my computer does not like your jokes. I said, thank you very much. Thanks for that. So anyway, so we're safe. We're safe-ish.
So hey, big news too. So we are on YouTube, folks.
Yes.
We finally made the jump to YouTube. So thanks for all you folks there. But if you don't want to look at us, and I don't blame you, no judgment here.
Right.
You can also listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, and ladies and gentlemen,
oh my
Pandora.
Do we need a drum? Oh, we didn't get a drum roll. That's
we didn't
need one.
There is a
Hey.
It's not.
Thank you, Pandora.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Thanks.
Wow.
Pandora.
Wow.
Also,
didn't think it was going to happen.
No, I didn't either.
It's because we went live with the video.
That was it.
I think that pushed us over. Or maybe it's when I did the P.
Maybe that was it.
The P. They just needed their symbol.
Maybe that was it. You can also listen to us tune in, Podcast Addict, Pocket Cast, Overcast, and there's some other ones too. For God's sakes, they're all over the place. So Pandora,
we got platforms.
So Pandora, back to Pandora for a second.
Yes.
So we did get approved, but it's not in their lineup yet. So that takes a little bit of. I mean, I don't know. Here's what I don't understand. Best I can tell, there's 9 people working at Pandora. That's it. Because I mean, everybody else seems to have their crap together. And Pandora, for God's sakes, I mean, it's like. Because I've submitted several tickets, for this, trying to do the right thing. And it's always the same guy that replies back to me. And I'm like, this is running out of somebody's basement. Their dog is named Pandora, I bet. And it's like, that's what this is.
Who knew? It's like behind the curtain.
Right?
You thought it was this, worldwide network, and they got... We have the chosen 9. We have the chosen 9.
That's like going to Cupertino and there's Tim Cook and like 7 other people, and you're like, this is it?
Yeah. What is this? Yeah. This is a disappointment. What's happening?
Why do you guys have all this office space? We're not sure. We just wanted to build a big building because we got $1 trillion.
As I was going to say, we just wanted to prove we could have this. We just wanted to prove.
It really is a spaceship, and it's going to fly off
I know,
space.
right? That's it. Oh, my goodness.
So those are all the places you can listen to us. So
and thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening. Thanks to Europe.
Yes, always.
Russia. We have listeners in Russia, Germany, My hometown, Germany. I mean, a couple hundred years ago, but
Right.
my hometown.
You imported.
I did.
Yeah, that's okay. Me too.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. We
Little German and some Irish.
right. We're both about as
I
white
don't-
as
I
two
was gonna
white
say,
guys can be.
I don't tan well. Let's just be honest. I do not.
That's right.
That's why the camera shall never go any lower than about chest level. Because if I have shorts on, no. You don't want to see that. I once got called out in a softball game by the great Mark Washington, who was a fellow resident with me, and he goes, "Man, Shane, you white, brother." I said, "Thank you, Mark. I'm so sorry." I actually apologized for being so. It was bad. I mean, anyway.
I had a friend of mine once told me, he said, Dave's so white that let me make sure I don't butcher this. Dave's so white, the only time he'll ever get a true tan is when he's cremated.
Dang.
Which was pretty good.
That's good stuff.
That's a good joke.
Yeah, we're also at risk for skin cancer. So there you go.
Awesome.
There's your health. Yeah.
How many other more cancerous situations can I walk into? Man, I've got a bad esophagus. I got a bad back. Now I might have skin cancer.
It's okay. You're all right.
Can't you give me a shot or something to fix that?
I was going to give you a shot in your head, and you said no. You said no. I can't do that.
I'm almost willing to do that. We could talk more about that. I talked to Chesley about that too.
Did you?
I did. I mentioned it to her. So
Still trying to get her as a guest on the show, right?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
the utility person.
well, she hung those curtains that are behind you too,
know.
right?
Hey.
Right? She hung those curtains.
And cut hair.
And she cut. Yeah,
She does it all, ladies and gentlemen. Cuts hair. She can paint. She can hang curtains.
She hung a picture
She can
while she was
fix
here, too.
lights.
Yeah, she hung a picture while she was here too, and she
you
looked
go.
at a light that we're going to replace in the. I'm pointing like you guys can see because there's a wall here and you can't see. But in the next office over, which is Lindsay's office, she's going to hang. We don't like the light in there, so she's going to.
There you go.
She's going to take it down and she's going to put another light up, and then she's going to take that light that is in there over to my mom's house and hang it up there.
Sweet.
Yeah. So
Awesome.
yeah, and
There you go.
she'll paint your house too.
I was going to say, yeah, all things.
She does it all.
That's crazy.
I'm telling you. Yeah, we do need to get her on the show.
Crazy.
Well, we know what time it is.
We do know what time it is.
And it's a special one today.
And that's what you told me this. Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited here. So your middle child,
yes.
very witty,
Yes.
has co-hosted.
He has.
Co-hosted. I mean, I can't ever be sick again because, Drew Bledsoe went down and Tom Brady had a Hall of Fame career.
It was one of our most popular episodes.
I'm just saying, right? I know. I can't ever go down. Like I'll come in,
No.
gunshot wound
That's
or
right.
missing appendage. I can't do it. But Landon has
Yes.
some special stuff. So how would you like to do this? Do you want me to tell mine first and then segue into him, or how or do you want to go? Because
Well-
I mean, he may show me up.
Well,
I'm
I
a
was
little
going to
nervous.
say, do you think it's going to be too much pressure if we play his first and then you go after him?
I mean,
I mean,
I tell you what. Let me go first.
Okay. All right.
And then we'll see what happens. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. All right,
here we go.
Now, and so in honor of March Madness, which we're going to talk about, these are basketball themed jokes. Okay.
Awesome. Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
All right, here's the first one. I had to write these down because why can't basketball players go on vacation?
Oh, no. Why can't they go on vacation?
Because they aren't allowed to travel. He liked that one. That's a legit laugh. Sometimes it's not. No. Right? This next one I really like.
Okay. All right.
And it's a little bit of a crossover. Okay. Why did Cinderella fail at basketball?
Why did Cinderella fail at basketball? Why?
Because she ran away from the ball. He didn't like that one. That's a fake. That's not the real Dave Mann laugh.
You guys missed it. We had like a 20-minute conversation about Disney before we started the recording.
We did.
So that's
Let me find my last one here.
all right.
Oh, this is actually my favorite. So what's the difference between basketball players and soccer players?
I actually had some inappropriate jokes there, but you go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Basketball players get actual injuries. You like that one?
I did like that. I'm not a soccer fan for all of you folks.
Me either. Sorry, soccer folks.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
Particularly Europe. We're sorry. It's
I get it. Some people like to run around and kick a ball. I get it.
Kick it around.
That's
it. That's it.
That's.
I think my first, the number one was my favorite.
I like that one.
Yeah, they can't travel.
That's funny. That's funny.
See, there's some goodness. There's some goodness. All right,
and if you so if you liked those folks, ladies and gentlemen, here we go.
I'm ready.
And I recorded this, so I'm talking in it. So I'll just shut up while these are playing. So I don't know anything else to say. So here we go. Here's Landon and his jokes.
All right, folks, as advertised, quite frankly, because Doc's jokes just aren't good enough, we had to bring in a professional comedian, and that's Landon. Landon, I understand you have some dad jokes. Is that right?
Yep.
Well, my man, the mic is yours. Take it away.
Okay. Before I tell these dad jokes, Doc, I want to tell you, your dad just sucks.
Uh-oh. Fighting words.
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay, so the first one is one of them is a long one, so I'm going to say the long one for last.
Okay, you go ahead.
The first one, a bunch of people might have heard this joke. What time do you go to the dentist?
What time do you go to the dentist? I don't know.
Tooth hurty.
Good Lord. All right, you got two.
I like
of
the
them, right?
research
Yep,
on this.
got
I
one
like the
And
research.
this is a
right?
long one, right?
It's longer than the other. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
So I became a millionaire one day, and then my son said we bought a boat, and I said no, we rented a boat. And then he said, why don't you just buy a boat because you have $1 million? And I said buying one would be overboard.
Oh,
So there you go, folks.
I got eviscerated by the 10-year-old.
You did.
Dang.
Listen. He just asked me the other day. He said, when's Doc going to be sick again?
Never.
He's trying to take your job.
I'm telling you, man. I feel the heat.
I think we're going to have to get him like his own show or something and just turn him loose.
I mean, we could probably turn him loose.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's a little like me, so it makes me a little nervous. To be
He does
perfect.
do prep though. He prepped.
Oh, he does.
I think that was good.
Oh yeah,
that was real
listen.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll never be sick again. Can't do it. Go on vacation, calling in remotely. Doc, to prevent Landon from filling in. That is it. That is it. Right? Oh, my goodness. I like the... I'm not going to lie. I like the overboard.
The overboard one.
I
Yeah.
like the overboard. I mean, the tooth hurty, I've told that one at the office before.
And I didn't and I didn't listen to these, so I went into it completely blind.
Well, that makes it good.
Well, he was like, do you want to hear
him?
them? I'm like, no. We'll just go.
He came up with them all on his own. I think that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good job. Good job, Landon.
Yeah. That's
You can't have my job though. Sorry.
Yeah. So sorry. Buddy.
Either job.
Either job. I don't know. You might give him the other one.
If he wants to go to school for that long, go through all that, he could take over. You know?
Thank you.
Let's think about that, because that'd probably set him up. Nah, it'd still be, that'd be, about 20 plus years.
Yeah.
Hey,
Look at that.
He could just roll right in.
Yeah.
Full practice.
Do you ever think about retirement?
Not right now.
No.
No.
I mean, other than when you're having a bad day and you're like, you know what? Today's the last day.
Singing Johnny Paycheck, take this job and shove it. Right? No, I try not to. It's kind of one of those, I mean, you want to plan for the future, but nothing is guaranteed. Nothing is certain. Right. And so I think trying to take it, just day by day, it really does. I think it puts me in a better mental state than worrying in the future. I mean, like I said, you have to be aware of it, and you do have to plan. And I am a planner, but it's the age old saying, men plan and God laughs.
Right.
Because we're not, it's not our will on things. So, I think as I get older, I try to focus on the day to day. And like I said, you have to plan. I mean, you have to try to be prepared for things that happen. But yeah, looking that far in the future, I mean, I have no idea.
I think about retirement every day. And it's not, I mean, and I actually love my job. I do. I really do.
I know you do. I know. No, we've
do.
talked about this now, so I know.
And not just because some of those folks might be listening to this. No, it's the truth. I really do.
No, he really does. Ladies and
I
gentlemen.
wasn't overly happy at the last spot I was at.
Right.
And now this spot,
Right.
I actually work more hours, have more responsibility, but I actually like it. I like it more. So,
And I think there's something to be said about that when when you enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah.
The time of it doesn't really bother you.
it doesn't. But I still think about retirement because I have. Do you know my retirement plan? Have I ever told you?
You're going to buy Turks and Caicos.
No.
Oh
No.
I missed it by that much.
Yeah, right, just a little bit.
I was close.
So I'm a Virginian.
Yes.
I'm a former Virginian.
Yes.
Virginia is for lovers.
There you
if
go.
you love taxes, Virginia is for lovers because if you love taxes, that's where you
It's
live.
a good spot.
It's a Commonwealth state, but there's no commonality of the wealth. The wealth goes to the state. Anyway. So after I said all that,
We're never going back.
but I actually do want to live in Chesapeake, Virginia. That's where I want to move to.
Really?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I want to get like a little condo there. So here's my.
What will we do for our podcast?
Well, you guys are coming with us.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Wait, they have state income tax, though, don't they?
They do.
Oh, no, Dave.
But we get so rich off this podcast, my man. Listen, it's not gonna matter. Let's just be.
Dave, I don't know about state income tax.
Oh, it's not fun. It's not fun.
What's their sales tax?
4.5%.
Okay. You know,
It kind of equals out.
it's 9.25 here.
Yeah. So I mean, it does kind of.
Of course, if you don't spend your money, you get
Right.
to retain your money. Versus
Right.
there, it's like, oh, we shall take your money no matter what.
Yeah, because you can put your money in a mattress in Virginia. They'll just knock on your door and take it.
Right.
right. I mean, that's essentially what happens.
Right. There you go.
So, and good Lord.
Chesapeake, Virginia.
Chesapeake, Virginia. So it's gorgeous. It's not on the beach, but it's close to the beach.
Yes.
And some just gorgeous property there, and like some of the condos and stuff. And there's a Captain George's there. So here's my plan. I'm going to get up about 10 a.m. Okay,
This is when you're retired.
when I retire, I'm going to get up about 10.
I thought that happened today. I was
No,
like, oh.
10:30. And so I'm gonna get up at about 10. I'm gonna walk out on the deck, kind of look at the ocean front and all that stuff.
Yes.
I'm gonna come back in, take a nap. All right.
Okay.
So
Feeling good. We're feeling good.
So about 10:40,
Yep.
I'm gonna take a nap.
Yep.
Just like a 40-minute nap, and then I'm gonna go to Captain George's to eat lunch. Okay.
I've never eaten a Captain George's.
Oh my man, Captain George's is the deal. It's buffet style seafood, and it's like $100 a plate.
Oh, so it's like high end.
But it's
it's high end
Oh.
seafood.
It's it's unbelievable. The food is amazing.
It's not like going to the Quincy's. You remember Quincy's?
Yes, or Duff's.
Duff's.
Smorgasbord, in the rotating bar at Duff's. You remember
Yes.
Duff's?
I do. I do. Golden Corral.
Golden Corral.
I'm trying to think of some.
I got a funny story.
Ryan's Steakhouse.
Oh, yeah,
Ryan's
yeah.
Steakhouse,
There was a waitress at Ryan's Steakhouse one time, and her name was Davita, and she basically spelled it like my name.
Oh.
Yeah, but she called herself Davita, and I'm
Oh.
like, it's David. Yeah, my name's Davita. No, it's not.
It's David A.
That's right.
David.
English,
It's
English,
David.
English dictates that that's wrong.
David.
So, so anyway, so Captain George's, right? It's great, great place, great place. The food's really great. So I'm
Another potential sponsor.
right. Oh man, that'd be
Captain George's, please pick us up.
yeah. So then I'm gonna come home right
Yes.
after the lunch at Captain George's. I'm gonna take
Yes.
another nap.
Okay.
I'm gonna get up and watch like Wheel of Fortune or Jeopardy, and then I'm gonna
Are those on that early? Or are you going to watch it on rerun?
well after my nap they'll be on.
Oh,
Yeah.
so okay, I got you. Yeah, okay.
And
Okay,
then-
I
and
see.
after I watch
it's an
those-
extended afternoon nap.
It is.
because we're tired.
Oh yeah,
we
because
worked
I mean
hard.
that's a lot of effort.
Understand.
You know,
Understand. Truth.
You know.
Truth.
I mean, when you get up late and you work super hard, and you know,
You just need to nap.
sometimes you do. Go take
I'll tip my cap to that.
go
Give it a-
just take a dip in the ocean when
That's
you
it.
get
That's it,
too
man.
when you get too tired and hot, right?
That's it.
And
Every day.
every day, and so
About
so-
1:30.
About 1:30. And so then after the nap, I'm going to watch Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy, maybe something after, like an episode of Quincy or something. Like
Okay.
maybe
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. I hate that show. I don't know why I said that. You've got 24 hours, Quincy. It was House before House was House. And so then I'm just going to bed. after that. That's my day.
It sounds very exhausting to me.
It's a whole lot going on. I've got to move around. I'll probably have at least 800 steps on my Apple Watch then for a day.
I don't know how you're going to do it. I mean, you're really going to have to work hard.
I know.
And I really want to go eat at Captain George's now. I just want to catch a flight and just
I'm telling you,
just
man,
go
it is
and eat it.
well worth it. Well worth it. It's so good. I mean, it's seafood, at the beach. I mean, that's like where it's supposed to be,
Right.
As
right.
opposed to, here,
frozen fish patty on a bun.
where I'm really nervous about seafood here at times.
I get you.
So we were, hey, while I was talking about Golden Corral, I do have a good story about Golden Corral. This is funny.
Buffets. Buffets.
A friend of mine, Don, who's the head coach of the team that I coach, and he and I have been coaching for like 10 years together now. So I don't mind telling you that he loves Golden Corral. Like, he loves it. His wife does not love it. He loves it, but his wife doesn't love it.
So what you're really telling me is he might have had to sneak. Sorry, Don. We've never met, but he might have to sneak every now and then.
Right. And so the one here in town closed at one point, and we thought he'd go into a state of depression. But the funnier part about Golden Corral actually involves my dad.
Oh.
So Dad loved the Golden Corral, right? And so we go to the Golden Corral once, and and Steven's with us. And I guess Landon is too. I guess we just didn't leave him at home alone because he was probably like 3. So
You got to be at least 4 for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you give them enough NyQuil, they just sleep through it.
Truth.
I mean,
That's true.
I don't understand.
That's true.
What's the big deal?
Maybe a little chloroform. You just have to dose it right.
Right.
No.
I mean, right? It's not a big deal.
We're kidding. Parents, this is a joke. We would never do that. Never. Maybe the NyQuil, but not the chloroform.
Maybe the NyQuil. So we go to Golden Corral. Nice Saturday. It's packed at the Golden Corral.
It is.
Lots of doings.
Yes.
Lots of doings going on.
Yes.
At the Golden Corral.
Yes.
So we're at the Golden Corral. We eat like whatever it is on the buffet. So it's time for dessert, right? And they got the chocolate fountain.
Which is typically my favorite part.
Right.
You know.
So they have the chocolate fountain.
Yes. Uh-oh.
So we're in line for the chocolate fountain. Dad's in front of me. Steven's behind me. And there's somebody else in front. And so like this guy had the stick, like the skewers.
Yes.
And he puts like 3 marshmallows on there, like you should, throws them through, and then walks away, right? And he's got chocolate covered marshmallows. So Dad said, "Is that chocolate?" And I said, "Yeah, it's chocolate." He goes, "Is it good?" I said, I've never had it, Dad. I don't know.
No.
So he gets a marshmallow.
Okay. This is better now.
Barehanded.
Oh, no.
Sticks half of it in there.
Oh.
Pulls it out. Takes a bite and then goes, "That's pretty good." And then puts it back in.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So I look around at Steven, who has a plate full of marshmallows. Steven goes, "I'm good." Turns around and goes and sits down. I'm like, "Dad, you can't stick your hand."
It was just finger licking good. Oh.
I'm like, "Dad, you can't stick your hand in there." And Dad goes, "Ain't no big deal."
The chocolate's flowing. It's running water. It's not like we're not in the pond. We're in the creek. The creek's running.
That's
yes,
right.
Dad. But you know.
So there you go. There's some,
It's like, Dad, you touched the urinal before we went up to.
I don't know what he was touching before that, to be honest. I mean, like, he loved to like mess around and like take stuff apart and stuff. So I mean, his hands was probably covered.
Why do your hands smell like cheese and popcorn? What have you been picking your belly button? What is that? Oh no! Stop.
Yeah. So
or like the toe cheese, little.
Oh yeah. And so that's the.
Of course, what if he dipped that right in the chocolate? Just went right for it.
What I thought he was going to do is stick his finger in the chocolate, lick his finger, but he went a step above that and like
actually pinched a marshmallow.
The best thing,
the fact that he double dipped, makes it even better.
Somebody that works there
makes it even better.
Somebody that works there was like replacing some of the food and stuff, and watched the whole episode. And the look on her face, for you folks that are actually watching this on YouTube, she was like.
I was going to say, so that was actually something I was going to ask.
Right.
I was like, did anybody employed there actually see what was happening?
I was going to go tell somebody to say, "Hey, listen, my dad stuck his hand.
My dad stuck his finger in the chocolate fountain. My dad stuck his finger in the chocolate fountain, and then he double dipped."
Listen, my dad And you probably never met Dad. But
I didn't have the opportunity. No, never had the opportunity.
So my dad was the one person on earth that truly, 100% truly did not give a crap what anybody thought about him or anything. I mean, he just didn't care.
So let me double dip.
Yeah. And if somebody said something, he'd be like, what? He just didn't care.
Just belly button lint. What you worried about? What you worried about?
Dad, you're standing in your driveway in your underwear. Yeah. Okay.
It's hot outside. I'm going to go jump in the pool here in a second. I'm going to go jump in the pool. It's hot. Been working hard.
I've been up for a whole hour.
That's right. I've been up for an hour.
Hey, sometimes it's just hard work, man. Just being you. You know, like just
right.
whoever you are out there.
Getting up and just, you have to get up. Ooh.
That's tough.
It's difficult.
That's tough.
And then you get up, walk around a little bit.
You got to stretch.
You
got to stretch.
You do.
Stretch.
Maybe mow the grass.
In the first,
or just walk to the ocean, and then it's like that's enough.
Yeah.
I gotta jump in.
You got to get up and you got to pee for the first time, right? When you get up in the morning, you got to have the morning pee.
Yes,
because it's like all the stuff that's left over from nighttime, right?
Yeah, full bladder.
I actually drink a lot at night. Like I'll wake up, I keep I keep a Gatorade beside the bed, and like I'll take sips all night. I do. Like I'll wake up and I take a sip of Gatorade.
Why?
I stay very hydrated, my man. Very hydrated.
Man, if I was doing that, I'd be up like 7 times at night having to pee.
I've trained my bladder.
You say that now.
We have an understanding.
Yeah, give it about 15 years. You'll be like, Doc, I'm running like a racehorse to the pot in the night. I can't sleep. And I'll be like, are you still drinking the Gatorade? Well, of course I stay well hydrated. I'm like, well, your prostate has now doubled in size.
Well, I think what I'm going to do is get like one of those empty water jugs, like from a water cooler, and put a funnel like on the side of the bed, just so I can roll over.
And you still have to hit it.
Well, that's true.
You know,
that's true.
Which you might have to turn the light on.
I don't often have to get up and pee now, though.
That's good.
Yeah, it is.
It's good.
I stay hydrated, man. Listen,
it's good.
You think this complexion and this beautiful face? I mean, you got to stay hydrated.
I mean, I can see the good turgor that you have in your skin, and that just screams to me, hydration.
Hydration.
That's it.
This episode brought to you by Gatorade.
Please pick us up.
Gatorade. So that's the Golden Corral story.
For that deep down body thirst. You remember that?
Oh yeah.
Gatorade thirst quencher, right?
The fact that
they don't do that anymore.
The fact that the Gators actually came up with it kind of upsets me a little bit because, as I am a Florida State fan, I do not like the Gators.
Truth.
The one thing
Tennessee,
that I have,
hello.
I mean,
Yeah.
Although UT still calls it a rivalry, and I'm just not quite sure that it's just not. And sometimes I just think it's a mental thing.
We're going to bring it back. We're going to,
There's been several years
because we've been
Tennessee
saying that for 20 years.
Well, there's been several years Tennessee's way better than Florida. Way better, and they still lose. And I'm like, this is a mental thing.
It's a mental block.
Yeah,
no, it is.
It is.
That was always the knock. I mean, the year we won the national title in 98, 99, the game was in 99.
I remember.
Yes, I know you do. But, I mean, that was the thing. We had to beat Florida. You had to get over the hump. And then
it was easy after that because then you got to play a second string quarterback in the national championship. I'm not bitter at all. Hey, speaking of sports, before I go into a deep depression,
it's okay. It's okay. It's all good.
It's tourney time.
It is tourney time.
We're at the Elite Eight now.
We are at the Elite Eight.
Yeah.
And so before we get into this. So
hang on, I got some music for this show.
Please. Yes.
There you go.
That's awesome.
We'll get sued by CBS.
That's okay. That's okay.
Here we go.
So you may or may not know this, and I think we have touched on this before. So while this is not the actual numerical date, 30 years ago on a Saturday, and it's probably this Saturday, a very, very important event happened. And that was in the Philadelphia Spectrum.
I remember.
And 2 teams met.
They did.
2 teams entered, and only 1 team left the victor.
And 2 teams that wear basically the same colors.
And they both had blue on.
Mm-hmm.
And so before we go further, I'm just going to show you something that I have. Okay, so hang on just 1 second. Okay, and keep the music going.
Oh no, don't worry, music's going. Here we go.
So this, I don't know if the camera. You may have to do something on the camera.
Here we go. We're excited here.
So, and I'm vain enough because I didn't fix my hair. So as I hope, can you see this? I
Oh
can't,
yeah, very very clearly.
So 30 years ago, late in the night on a Saturday, it was actually the 28th of March.
yeah.
This man made the greatest shot in NCAA tournament history and beat Kentucky.
Was it the greatest shot?
Heck yes, it
Was
was.
the greatest
Yes,
shot?
it is. Yes, in NCAA tournament history. No. And I know everybody says that it was when Villanova and UNC were playing and they hit the three. Villanova hits the three to win. And I mean, even Leitner said, okay, I give away the title. That's bunk. No, because, and I'll tell you why. Because the game was tied
Yes.
when that dude hit that shot.
Very true.
Leitner misses that shot, and it's still going to be talked about as one of the greatest upsets in NCAA tournament
That's
history.
very true. Yeah.
And so that's the difference.
It was the unbeatable Kentucky Wildcats that year.
It was or the forgettables, because they had been on probation.
That's true.
All those players stays. I mean, Feldhouse, Pelfrey. You had Jamal Mashburn, Sean Woods, Amino
right.
Timberlake, of course, who's the famous, because that's the one that Leitner stepped on his chest. Which in the game today, he'd have been thrown out.
Right.
He got a technical. I mean, he didn't, it wasn't like nothing happened to him, but it was a different day. Of course, what they don't talk about is the fact that Feldhouse forearmed him in the back of the head and knocked him under the basket like 2 plays earlier, and it didn't even get called.
Right.
So
it
they
was
don't
a
even,
physical game.
Yes,
I mean,
absolutely.
it really was.
But 2.1 seconds after Sean Woods throws that crazy shot up off the glass and it goes straight through the rim and didn't even touch it, I was like, what in the world? 103-102. Soon as they score, timeout Duke. And I'll never forget it because, Grant Hill, and always remember, there were no championships in Durham before Grant Hill came to
That's
Duke.
very true.
And so Kentucky didn't put him by on the ball. I'll
Right.
never forget that. And
Oh, I know.
I was watching with my dad, and that was one of the first things. My dad was like, they didn't put him by on the ball. He goes, that's a mistake.
Yeah.
Throws it length of the court to the foul line.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, and obviously Calvin Hill, his dad, football player. Grant
Right.
can throw it like it's a football.
Right.
Leitner catches it, one dribble to the left, pivot. They were afraid to foul him.
Oh, 'cause he's gonna-
Pelfrey and Feldhouse let him catch the ball, and then they both backed off enough because they didn't want to foul him.
Right.
Swish.
Which, by the way, what you do there is you fouling. I mean, that's what you do if you can't block the shot.
The reason I think they didn't, and we've talked about, I know,
yeah.
because for that night, I know everybody says he should never been in the game, and I get it, but Christian Leitner was perfect.
He was.
He had not missed a shot. He had not missed a free throw. So they were afraid to, and heaven knows, if you think back to the year before, he put 2 on UNLV and put UNLV out of the tournament, who was supposed to be unbeatable.
Right.
And they beat him in the Final Four. Mm-hmm. So I think they were just afraid to put him on the free throw line. I really do. I think they thought that if we foul him, he will make both free throws and we will lose. But I think they should have fouled him. I will always think that in my mind is they should have hacked him and made him earn it there.
Yeah.
But I still think he would have made both of them.
Yeah.
But that being said,
Maybe a Dennis Rodman.
there was a very famous ESPN for their 30. I hate Christian Leitner.
Yeah.
So I still love Leitner. And I am going to wear this for the rest of the show.
I'm fine with that. As I wear my Steel Panther shirt.
Right.
And hey, folks out there,
and just
if you don't know who Steel Panther is,
look him up.
look him up. Just
right.
but without your kids.
Right.
Don't let the kids
Yes, please don't. Please don't. Yes. Yes.
They're a great band. They actually are very good musicians. But
It's not. No.
Yeah.
And we want to try to keep the show as clean as possible.
yeah, that's right. That's
So,
right. I mean, yeah.
Yes. So it's a nice shirt. Yeah.
Thank you.
Like this.
Yeah.
Rest of the show. Anyway.
Yeah. I don't.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, listen. So I was telling you before you came over, we were talking and on the phone, and I pull up my bracket because I'm like, I've called some of these games. Like I said Arkansas was going to beat Gonzaga.
That was a good call.
And so like I had Arkansas and in Duke in the Elite Eight. I had Villanova, of course. Houston's there. I had Arizona, but they just beat Arizona, so like I was close.
Right. You're still winning the games.
So I'm in like I'm 600,000th place, something.
Out of how many million?
Probably like 20 million people.
That's pretty good.
It's not bad.
That's pretty good.
I think ESPN owes me $100 million. That's what I think.
I think they said the check's in the mail.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when
nobody's ever going to pay me from ESPN.
And when it doesn't come, that's going to be another reason that you can dislike ESPN.
ESPN.
I swear. So I got and I didn't put mine in the ESPN thing, but I got no games in that East bracket after the first round. Like nothing.
Wow.
So that bracket just totally. I had Murray State like as my surprise. Who knew St. Peter's would first 15 seed? We'll just start in the East. Why not? Because we're in the East. Southeast.
Sure.
St. Peter's first 15 seed ever to the Elite Eight.
I had North Carolina beating Baylor.
How about that?
Yeah,
good call.
It was.
Good call.
But I had North Carolina playing UCLA, or excuse me, I had UCLA play, or I had North Carolina playing Akron. That was like my 13th seed that I thought might get there.
That would get the upset.
And they didn't, so they're playing UCLA. And, of course, North Carolina, I had them playing Kentucky when we know what happened there. But how about St. Peter's, though?
The Peacocks, man.
I know who
still dancing.
If Duke wasn't in it now, maybe that's who we both could pull for is St. Peter's,
Truth. I'm still going to pull for them. However,
yeah,
I will say, should Carolina win, and I think they're going to win.
I do too.
I think
do too.
I think
they're just a better team.
I think the magic runs out. It would be a little bit satisfying. Now I will say Arkansas scares me against Duke.
Yeah.
And now the good thing for Duke is they have played two very physical teams.
And made good adjustments.
And the round of 32, round of 16. Obviously Michigan State and then Texas Tech. And they played an old team in Texas Tech with multiple seniors and upperclassmen. And they had to play from behind in both of those games. And they had to show that they're strong enough to stand up against it. But, man, Arkansas just whooped up on Gonzaga.
That is just...
just physical. And I was like, oh...
Yeah.
And what's funny, what it's not really funny. But we texted during that, and you texted me and you said it was like 8 minutes left, and you said Arkansas is winning this game.
Yeah.
Which was great because you had picked them.
Right.
And I actually I had Gonzaga winning. And I think it just came down to they just were so much more physical. It's going to be a hard game. There are no easy games. Right now. Let's just be honest.
No.
But I actually liked Duke versus Gonzaga better in terms of a matchup for Duke than Duke Arkansas. But I still think they can win, and I think the fact that they've had to deal with two physical teams back to back, I think that helps them be ready for tonight. But they still got to make their shots. They still going to have to play physical D.
Yeah.
Coach K gets out-coached sometimes. It does happen, but he's not gotten out-coached in the last two rounds, and
he rarely gets out-coached in a whole game.
True, right.
Exactly. It's like you may get him in the first half, but...
Right. And the thing at the end of the first half with Texas Tech, they were losing again there. And he told Tracy Wolfson at halftime, he said, okay, we talked about, we know how they're going to call the game. We know what we're doing right. We know what we're doing wrong. And basically they just said, they're going to let us play physical. We're going to play physical too.
Yeah.
And I do run. I worry a little bit about them running out of gas because they're basically only playing seven guys. They played Jones as the eighth guy. But I think the other teams, if you look at the minutes those people are pulling, most of their guys are getting 35 plus minutes anyway because they're playing. You're playing your main people because you want to win, and you're just trying to. Everybody's tired, but you're just trying to advance. And and those guys are in good condition.
Did you see St. Peter's do the switch last? 5 for 5.
Yeah.
That's you never see that. It's like here's Team B. We're going to pull it. We're going to put in Team A.
No, it was
replaced
crazy.
All 5 of them.
And what an adjustment by them.
Yeah.
Going to that matchup. They went into a man-to-man press, and then came back once you're in the half-court game to a matchup zone.
Yeah.
That's actually not easy to do man-to-man press and then back it up and find your way into the matchup zone. And it bothered Purdue a lot.
Well, and what they're doing to the guards for Purdue was genius last night because they're pushing the guards closer to the midcourt. They're not letting them get that early penetration.
Right. Right.
And by doing that, you disrupt the entire offense because your point guard and your two guard. I mean, you've got. I mean, one of them has to get close to at least the 3-point line.
Right.
I mean,
they had like zero penetration.
And so by the time they actually were like, able to, maneuver, because then what happens is typically with a screen, you're bringing a center or a forward up, you're taking them out. Those two guys are out of the play at that point.
Right.
And so it was genius. Yeah. And I don't think Purdue knew what to do with it. And Purdue was just so good and they're so tall. And I mean, they're a hard team to beat. They're a hard out. And that, I mean, I don't know if they can beat UNC, but man.
On the one hand, I would love for them to win just to keep it rolling. Because, I mean, it's just such an awesome thing. And it just shows you, a 15 seed and look who they're beating. Double-digit underdogs, multiple games, and they're beating them. I think it'd be fun if they got there. Just keep rolling because it's just never happened. Now, on the other side of it, I'm like, if my Devils can win, man, I really would like for Carolina to get back there to the Final Four.
Right.
Because it's almost like it's fate because you ruin Coach K's last game. I mean, not really. They ruined it, but last game at Cameron.
Mm-hmm. And now.
And then you play him in the Final Four. Man, if you don't have a chip on your shoulder for that game, you ain't never going to have a chip on your shoulder. So from a motivational standpoint, I'd almost be like, man, I kind of would like to see it, just because I'd also like for him to get the last win in the last meeting that he would have with Carolina versus taking that loss.
Do you think though? Is there any? I mean, you're a Duke fan, so I know the answer to this. Before I ask it, I mean, I'm asking somebody that's wearing a shirt that says "I still love Leitner." But isn't it kind of ironic if St. Peter's were to get to the Final Four and play Duke? Because then you have this up and coming team with an up and coming no name coach.
That's a good point.
Playing the grandfather of basketball now, who was in a very similar situation years ago when they were ready to fire him.
Right.
Like, what
very
are we
true.
going to do?
Very true.
And all of a sudden he shocks the world and wins a national championship. How if Coach K was going to pick a game to lose, I bet he would see it that way too at this point in his career. Because that's
truth. The difference being Coach K will never pick a game.
That's very true. That's true. That's true.
I mean, anybody that'll scream at his players, I hate your faces because you're losing.
Right.
That guy is not gonna ever say, "Oh yeah,
I'm true.
I'm okay to lose to this St. Peter's team." They're they work really hard. I really like their coach, and I really do like their coach.
I do too.
And he's a soft spoken guy.
Yeah,
that guy's an assassin. Do not make any mistake about it. Now he seems he's just chill. That guy is smart.
Yes,
he works hard, obviously, and that guy he's got a killer instinct. He just doesn't have to flex up on it,
right?
And that's he's unassuming, but don't do it.
Yeah,
don't do it, man, because you going down for the dirt nap. I swear. And then the other side of the bracket, I mean, my Vols, man. I mean, thank goodness Villanova beat Michigan. That I was so ill.
Which, by the way, I had Michigan beating Tennessee and then Villanova beating Michigan.
And you couldn't tell me.
No, I didn't tell you.
It hurts me.
I did print my bracket out and lay it here just in case you.
Hurts me. No, I believe you.
No, yeah.
You weren't the only person that had us. But man, I got bamboozled. I mean, now here's the thing. I have some sense-ish, okay?
Yeah.
If we didn't have Rick Barnes and we didn't have our players, we wouldn't be any good, okay? So I'm not like, sometimes we get a little fickle as Vol fans. I'm super proud of our team. And we had not won an SEC title since 1979. So fantastic season. I am a little shocked. But when you shoot 2 for 18 for 3, we're not going to win.
Right.
I mean, we still played incredibly hard. We had plenty of opportunities to put them away, and we just couldn't get it done.
Yeah.
And we had too long of stretches. We just lost our identity on offense. And you can't do that. I mean, Michigan grinds it out, and they would not stop, and we ended up making the mistakes, and they won.
Well, let's be honest. I mean, Tennessee for years is known for 2 sports, right? And that's football and women's basketball.
Right. True.
Because I mean, Pat Summitt, that was a dynasty.
Right. Absolutely.
She is one of the best and I don't mean female coaches. She's one of the best coaches
Absolutely.
who have ever coached basketball at any level.
Period.
I mean, just one of the best.
I mean, she was the winningest coach at one point before Coach K overtook her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now, of course, REM and I mean, you know, it's so. Yeah, and here's the thing: if we don't have 2 injuries this year for the women's team, we're not a 4 seed. I mean, we're potentially a 1 because
true.
I mean we were playing so good, and it just got us. You know, just the getting hurt, it messed us up. But yeah, but we play today. Playing Louisville, in the women's Sweet 16.
That's right.
So go Vols! Still got some ball. Me too.
I hate Louisville.
Me too. So still,
You know, I never hated Louisville at all until they played Florida State. And I mean, they put up 60-something points on Jimbo.
they did.
And like ever since then, I'm like, I just hate you guys. Like, that's it. I'm just done with Louisville. God's sakes. I don't like their football team. I don't like their colors.
That's it.
I don't like anything about them.
I mean, the cardinal is a very nice bird,
Yeah.
but
It can go extinct.
there it goes.
We got enough birds. That's terrible, I should say. I don't want the bird to go extinct. Oh, here comes the hate mail.
I was like, Peter, we're sorry. I hate it. The thoughts are Dave Man.
Oh,
Dave
listen,
Man's
I'll be glad to have a conversation with PETA. We'll bring them into the studio. I have no problem talking to PETA.
live. Dave and Doc with Peter.
I could pillow fight with PETA.
There you
The
go.
PETA pillow fight.
Steve, are you listening?
Speaking of Steve,
Make it happen. Make it happen.
So the big news with the pillow fight championship.
Oh, you went tangential.
I did. But yeah, so Triller has acquired the pillow
that?
fight championship.
How about
So
that?
yeah,
Wow.
And yeah, we'll keep talking college basketball. But I did reach out to Steve, so we're trying to get something set up so he can come back on and talk about it. So
Sweet.
yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
Awesome.
excited to talk to Steve again. So about the pillow fight championship.
Kansas might be in trouble going back to that. Miami looks really good as a 10 seed. And it also made me feel better because, you know, Duke barely beat Miami. They beat them by 4 in the
That's right.
ACC semifinals. And people were giving Duke a lot of flack over it. And now you've got a team that has gone. I mean, they're looking good. So I tell you, you know, Houston looks really good. I think that's a really good matchup there, Villanova and Houston. There's some good teams. I mean, you know, obviously, I'm just rooting for my Devils, man.
I will say this,
But man, there's some good teams left, obviously, and the way that they play, I mean, very physical. I'm excited about these games. I really am.
I think it depends with Miami on what officiating crew they get because the officiating this year has been atrocious. I mean, it's just been,
lots of complaints about stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, and in the Duke game, I mean, the guy hit the guy for Texas Tech clearly smacked the ball right in front of the backcourt official. Right in front of his face. I mean, the guy's less than 10 feet away, and he gave the ball to Texas Tech. I mean, the ball bounces, it's not out of bounds, and that guy touches it, and he smacks it down out of bounds.
And
it's
a screen and roll, he tripped the guy from Duke.
And he's right. And I'm like,
in
what are you
front
gonna
of the official.
Yeah, and
Grant
nothing.
Hill was like, I mean, the official's standing right in front of us. I'm a little confused.
Right.
So,
And kudos to Grant Hill. I actually thought he did a good job, like not showing too much bias. Honestly, really
he really did.
You know,
I'm laughing because I wouldn't have been able to do it.
I know. Wait, no, and Jay Billis does a great job.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they'll just be like, if Duke does something, they're like, that's trash. You know,
Right?
I guess when you're legendary at that school, you can kind of be like, what are they doing? That's not a good
Right.
play. So you know they can get away with that, but you know, kudos to them. You know, for not, you know. So, but anyway, but yeah, exciting stuff, man.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I won't be sleeping tonight. You know what time I went to bed the other night?
Oh, no.
1:30.
Oh, my gosh.
I couldn't calm down. So I did really good. Laura was super proud of me, you know, because the game before I was in my, Doc not nice mode where I'm like, y'all should be ashamed. You know, what are you doing? You know, and then I'm like, come on, guys.
You must represent the Leighton.
Right. And she got up and left. Fortunately, I was not using bad words, but basically. So then, of course, Duke comes back against Michigan State, and I jumped up and I'm banging on the floor and everything.
Right.
And so after the game, I'm all happy, and she's just looking at me and she goes, you know, when you have that negative attitude, it's just not fun to watch a game with you. So eviscerated by my wife, eviscerated by your son. But I'm still kicking because it's March. So in the Texas Tech game, I did really, really good. And she, you know, she wasn't feeling so great. Obviously, that little tumor that keeps growing in her belly sometimes still making her sick.
Parasite. Parasite that's living inside.
So she went and laid down, but I did really good.
My future linebacker.
I did really good, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did really good, except with 1 minute left.
Yeah.
You know, Duke's up by 3. I think it was 71-68. It might have been 73-68. I can't remember. I think it was 71-68.
It was a tight game.
So a minute left. Do you know what they did? Do you know what all 5 Duke defenders did?
No.
They smacked the floor in unison.
Oh, I didn't see it.
And I came up out of the couch and I was like, yes! And I did it too, man. And it was so loud. I think I woke Kate up. I'm pretty sure. Now she went back to sleep, but I was like, oh gosh, my pregnant wife is just like, because the TV sits on the wall on the other side is our bedroom.
Yeah.
So number one, it's already on, and number two, I literally was like, that's what I'm talking. You know, and I'm bam, you know, just smacking the floor too for defense.
Right.
So
that's awesome.
So it was. I mean,
well, you've never watched the 49ers.
So I couldn't. No, we're doing that next year.
It gets rough.
I understand. No, I get it, man.
I mean, I'm
But
pacing the floor. I'm dissecting plays. I'm hitting pause and pretending like I'm John Madden, and I'm like, clearly he was open. Like, where are you looking at? You know,
boom.
Yeah. So yeah. You know, I need a telestrator.
It's good.
That's what I need.
No, I was super pumped up. It was.
So it's going to get interesting, folks.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Go Blue Devils.
So
I won't sleep tonight. Win or lose, because I mean, if they lose, then that's it.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm going to have belief. I'm going to have belief. I believe. But man, Arkansas is scary.
It's a tough team.
Arkansas is scary.
Transitioning to a better sport. That's terrible, isn't it? If you can't tell, I'm a football fan. So
fanatic.
I have all kinds of music. So
fanatic.
So I do want to talk about this.
Yeah.
So we know that Troy Aikman and Joe Buck are gonna, and I'm super happy about that. What bothers me about Monday Night Football? Number one, ESPN's involved, right? That's, you know. I mean, it used to be ABC Monday Night Football.
You can't
right?
let it go. I keep touching this mic. I swear.
It's okay.
It's like,
but I mean, it used to be it used to be ABC, right?
Right.
ABC Monday Night Football.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And now it's and then Disney bought half the world.
It was Al Michaels, Frank Gifford, and
Dan Dierdorf. And before that, it was Howard Cosell.
Yes.
Howard Cosell.
That's very good.
Thank you.
Good job.
You.
Good job.
And then Dandy Dan Meredith, or Don Meredith.
Don Meredith. Don Meredith.
He would sing the "Turn Out the Lights, the Party's Over."
Oh yeah, man. Oh, I mean, right. Again, it's. I mean, it is part of the just football culture, football lore, tradition.
And we had Hank Williams Jr. Singing, before the game. Before all that happened, and he was actually on the field for Super Bowl 29. Because Al, Frank, and Dan did that Super Bowl, which, if you don't know what Super Bowl that is, folks, it was the San Francisco 49ers versus the San Diego Chargers, and the final score was 49-26. Steve Young broke a record that still stands. Brady, he threw 6 touchdown passes that night. It was nearly flipping perfect.
Yeah.
And, I mean, he also had Jerry
Stan
Rice
Humphries was the quarterback. For
Stan Humphries. Yeah. Stanley.
Kind of the journeyman. I was glad he got to a Super Bowl.
Oh, me too. I liked a lot of those players on that team.
It's just they were playing your team,
right?
Yeah.
And so they did the whole thing. They had Hank Williams Jr. on the field. He was lip syncing, of course. And then at the end of it, when the two helmets come collide or whatever, he did a fake TNT blast, a bomb thing. It was so corny, but I'm like, this is awesome. It's Monday Night Football. It's Al, Frank, and Dan.
And for that time of that was pretty big for the graphics.
Yeah, I mean, it was January 29th, 1995. And kickoff was 6:18 p.m. And 71 degrees in Miami, Joe Robbie Stadium.
There you go.
I don't remember anything about the game. So
that was actually one of the last times, other than back here with COVID and all that Duke actually didn't make it to the NCAA tournament. The 94-95.
That's right.
It didn't make it. So that was actually the other big news of 95 that year.
Yeah, there was only one big news in 95 that year. That was Steve Young winning a Super Bowl. No, you're right. I do remember that. So I'm excited about Joe Buck and
that was a big win for them. That was a big win.
And Aikman. I'll kill the Monday Night Football music because it depresses me. But here's what I don't
Only
like.
because it's on ESPN.
I've even learned to live with it because I actually like Gruden. I like Gruden and Tirico, right?
Minus.
Listen, I know I'm saying a lot of controversial people right now. But and maybe this is just because I'm getting old.
I mean, just stupid. I'm just going to be honest. It's just stupidness. It's like you've got so much Why do you even need to get involved in that?
I know.
Just
right?
I'm like, you just why?
I know.
Just ignorant. I'm sorry.
No.
No, keep going. I get right. You're not saying, hey, I love these guys. That's not what you're saying,
right.
But
I just miss it.
I get it.
I just miss
it. I get
and
it. But I just can't.
And when the notion happened that Al Michaels might be coming back, I'm like, you know what? He might actually save this for me because, like, I'm at a point where it's really even hard to watch the broadcast.
Right.
I don't like the Peyton Manning thing that they do on the other network, and that's just. And again, it's not against Peyton.
I know. And we talked about that.
You just take away from the broadcast,
right?
But I really hope now ESPN has got two great broadcasters in the booth. This is a good chance to really get back to kind of more of traditional Monday Night Football. Stop with all the stupid theatrics and trying to be super cool and make sure the 9-year-olds like you or whatever. I mean, just I mean, I don't even like the kickoff show.
I understand.
I mean, when they do this GMC kickoff thing, listen, nothing against Chevy, although I'll never buy another one. I can tell you all about that. Not a potential sponsor. But I hate this thing. Like,
sorry, Chevy.
So they do the show, and it's Susie and Steve and Adam Schefter and
Matt Hasselbeck.
And
is he on there?
No,
he's just on the Sunday.
Yeah, I think Randy's there. Randy Moss.
Yeah, he only does Sunday. That's right.
But anyway, that's fine. I like that because I mean you got to have a pregame show and all that stuff. But then they say, okay, it's time for the game, and then they go to the GMC kickoff where they just show like 3 GMC SUVs,
right?
And there's Steve Levy up there talking about the game. I'm like, why don't we just start the game? Why not just let them sponsor? I don't know. I get so upset sometimes when I'm like, I just want to see the damn game. That's all I want to see.
The flow of it is such.
The flow of it is just so.
That's what's driving.
It's so over. Just for God's, just play the stupid theme. They even changed the theme.
Get the game going.
CBS.
No, I know.
CBS has been the home of college basketball now for my lifetime. I don't know how long, but it's like, and I think the contract runs to like 2038 or something. Like it's. Yeah. It ain't ever going anywhere.
No.
And they do a great job.
They do.
And even before Jim Nance, they did a great job. And Jim's great. And I mean, like, and then you'd have
Hello, friends.
And then you have Dick Vitale. Yeah, baby. And, I mean, it's very traditional. Even that stupid one shining moment crap that they do every year.
The ball is tipped.
I watch it
and there you are.
Yeah.
You're running for your life.
Yeah.
You're a shooting star.
I will say this. The real MVP,
I have the 91-92 still on VHS
Of course you
just so you know.
The real star
Just
of that,
so you know,
is the editing crew that puts like highlights from the game that just played with that.
Well, yeah, because they don't
and
have much time to do that, and it'll even be something like late in the game of the championship game.
Oh yeah, those guys in the editing truck. I mean, in the truck. I mean, they're doing a great job. And then of course nobody ever talks about them because that's nobody ever talks about them.
Right.
But
strong work, guys. Shout out to you all.
Yeah,
looking in the camera.
That's right.
Editing crew.
Good job.
Boom.
So. But it's still very traditional. The music has been the same. We just played it a minute ago. So, I mean, the music's the same and all that's the same. And then Monday Night Football, it's just they change this crap every 2 or 3 years. Get your crap together and give me Monday Night Football the way I want it. Sorry, I get a little passionate about football.
I feel like you need a hug.
I think I do. That and a Valium.
Little 5 of Valium, too.
Right, just a little Valium. And
Take the edge off.
I mean, you know what I mean? I mean,
I get it.
I get it. It's just,
it's
not. It's like we just want to watch the game.
I understand.
And I'm tired. And I hate Chevy.
That's another show we can't.
I mean, anybody else could be the sponsor. Listen, I would listen. This is how bad I hate it. I would rather them every week interview Tom Brady for 10 minutes than talk that stupid crap that they're doing now. That's how bad I hate it. That should tell you something. I should get a shirt that says I still hate Tom Brady. I did before, and I still do.
And Chevy. You could put Chevy on the back.
Chevy, and I used to love Chevy. I came from a Chevy family.
I still hate Tom Brady. Brought to you by Ford.
My dad bought Chevys, and then I bought Chevys, and then till I finally decided, something is afoot.
I took my Chevy to the levee, and the Chevy was crap.
And it's not like I drive fast. I drive like a grandma. I take care of my vehicles, and they just fall apart.
I've never ridden with you, so.
Oh, I drive really slow.
Oh, well,
You would not like it.
No.
No, you wouldn't like it.
No. My wife has and her mother.
Oh, yeah. Lindsay's got one too.
There is no fear, boy. Let me just tell you, there is no fear.
I get honked at on the way to work sometimes.
Stop.
Because I'm going too slow.
Stop. Why? Do you have bad peripheral vision? Perhaps we need
My car drives itself, basically. I don't know how you would wreck my car. I think it just will shoot you into the air instead of letting you hit somebody.
Eject.
it's just, and I just drive like a grandma. I always have. But anyway, back to Monday Night Football.
Yes.
And Chevy.
And grannies.
And grannies.
Who like Monday Night Football.
And they're probably not watching now because it's just been crap for so many
They're just
years.
a little upset.
I mean, I did like Tirico and Gruden.
How do you really feel about it, Dave?
I mean, and before that, it was Tirico, Kornheiser, and Joe Theismann.
Yes.
They did it for a little while
They
after
did.
Al
They
Michaels
did.
left
They did.
to go to NBC.
Yeah.
And then and then Gruden came on board, and Gruden was great. And that was the Monday Night Football was close to me liking it again. I'm just such a big Al Michaels fan, but it's just went. I mean, good Lord,
I get you.
The theme song now, I don't even know what the crap that is. It's just so stupid. I mean, NBC went all out. They got the hottest woman on the planet to sing their.
Yep.
And it was Pink. It was Pink the first year,
did it
and then
first,
Faith Hill,
and
and then the hottest woman on the planet is doing it now. So, I mean, listen, ESPN. It ain't like they don't have money. Okay, they got Disney money. They got Mickey Mouse money. Okay,
They
Mickey
do.
Mouse is loaded.
They do.
Mickey Mouse is loaded. Okay, Mickey and Minnie are loaded. Spend some money on production. NBC does such a great job just overall with their production in general. Like the guys doing the music, and I mean,
Right.
it's. I actually emailed them once.
Did you really?
And told them hey guys, you don't have to reply to those, but your editing guys and everything do a great job. It's just the whole production is very well produced. And then you watch Monday Night Football, and I don't know what the crap's going on. Do you remember the year that they had the guy sitting in the bucket or whatever? Do you remember this?
Yes. That was yeah.
They had the guy sitting in a bucket, and he was freezing his balls off in this bucket.
The show rating has now decreased from clean to explicit.
And I'm like, what are you guys trying to do?
And what it obscuring the view of people
Yes.
at the actual game?
Yes.
Was that Booger?
No, it wasn't Booger.
No, who was that?
It was the guy that used to do Sunday Night Football on when Sunday Night Football was on ESPN. It was Theismann.
Who was it?
I'm looking right at him. Actually, I'm looking right at you.
Yeah, I was going to say.
in my mind, in my mind's
Thank
eye.
you. Thank you.
You're
You
welcome.
need me to take my hat off.
You put your jacket back on.
Never. Look at that.
Anyway, but they put him in that stupid bucket or whatever it was, and it was obscuring. No, they did do it with Booger too. They did.
That was the other thing after Whitten.
That's right.
And that was
Just awful.
that was bad. I love Jason Witten. I
love him on a football
I
field.
really do.
Yeah.
That was not good for his career.
No, it
I really, and I mean, I felt bad.
I did too.
I felt bad for him.
Yeah, I did too, because not everybody can do that job. It's hard.
And he got roasted.
He did.
Roasted.
And the ratings hit the crapper.
Yeah.
It's just get your. I just really hope.
How do you feel about
really hope.
ESPN?
ESPN. Listen.
How do you feel?
If you need to borrow some money, ESPN. Okay. If you need a couple bucks to make this a little better.
Hello, ESPN, my old friend.
I just-
Dave thinks you continue to suck once again. You're not bringing high quality football. We don't know what the heck is wrong with y'all.
I mean, it's
Because Dave's gonna have a stroke watching you.
and it's a terrible night to have football, right? It really is. It's people are working, So if I'm going to stay up late, I mean, they need to put some effort into it. I feel like they've got like a bunch of 8-year-olds. You know what? I take that back. 8-year-olds will do a better job.
The ball is tipped in there. You gotta get you off of this. You're gonna have a stroke.
I get pretty passionate about my football.
Well, no, and I like I said, I get it.
It's just been
And you're right. I mean, I like NBC.
I do too.
I really do.
I mean, they used to do.
really
NBC used to do. Was it NFC football? No, they did AFC.
They always
football.
had AFC.
They had AFC, and then that moved to CBS, and then basically where it is now. And Fox showed up, and
Yes.
it did a great job that first year. I mean, Fox said, "Hey, we're going to do this differently. We're going to do it with a little bit of an attitude."
Right.
And I mean, it's. Hang on. Do I want to say this? No. I had an analogy there that I have used quite a bit in my life, but I'm not going to use it.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm not going to use it here. I'll tell you after.
We shall be canceled.
We probably will be. Actually, most people would probably say, "Yeah, that's about right." But anyway,
I got this weird laugh. I don't know. I think I'm a little congested.
it came from
Because my shirt.
it came from your soul. That's right.
I guess so. I guess it's coming out.
So anyway, that's the.
We got back to the excitement of goodness of Monday Night Football. Yet, unfortunately, it's still on.
It's on
ESPN.
I don't love it. And Chris Berman is like barely on ESPN anymore.
Well, but you know what? I mean, that comes from the controversial stuff. I mean,
know.
and so they had, again, just make some good decisions. Why did you find yourself Deshaun Watson?
Yeah. Oh, I know. Right.
Really, dude? I mean, and you know what's bad? Like, and this Dan Orlovsky was talking about this on ESPN. I know. Like, Watson said in his press conference, "I have no regrets."
Really?
Dude, I mean, I get you didn't get a criminal indictment, but really, you have 22 lawsuits, civil lawsuits against you. You might have a little regret in. I mean. And I don't know the fact. I don't know the facts. I'll be, obviously, but
It certainly
but
looks
don't say
terrible.
that. But again, don't say that.
Right.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, dudes, we're stupid to begin with. My daughter cannot watch this because stupid is a bad word in my house. So you and I, we're she roasted you the other day because I was showing her a little bit of the video because she thought it was hilarious.
Did I say something?
That you just said stupid.
No. Uh-oh.
Which it's a bad word.
Which daughter?
Callan.
Oh.
So she's so wait till you see her next. You'll get the. Oh no, she doesn't forget anything. She's smart like
I'm
her mother.
I'm gonna get the hands on the hips, and she's
Yes.
gonna like stay because
Yes.
she likes to get real close to you. She likes to put her face.
Oh no!
like
Oh
this.
no! It's she's in your personal space.
Oh,
going,
yeah.
You said stupid, Dave, and I saw you, and that is not okay.
I'll give her some ice cream.
It's
That'd be okay.
it'll pass fire. Really.
Yeah,
Really.
I think so.
Maybe a Sharky from Wiggles.
There you go.
Or an apple juice with
That's what I do.
with the clay modeled head that cost like $4. I got beat up by Laura. Laura was like, "Really? A Sharky's 99 cents, or you can buy the apple juice." I said, "But they love the apple juice, baby." And she's like, "You can buy the apple juice without the head and buy like a 32 pack, and it's 99 cents a thing. But if you get it with the molded head, it's $4 a bottle."
Right. But they're princesses.
But yes, thank you,
princesses.
thank you.
that's
And I mean, there ain't nothing better than my little one. Daddy, did you bring us an apple juice?
what I'll tell you now
Right.
that you're going to have
just
a
saying.
little boy. It'll be very easy for you to tell your little boy no.
Oh yeah, I'm not even worried. No, we've had that conversation. I'm like, that was my son.
Oh yeah.
My boy, we're gonna go out in the yard and dig me a 6x6 trench. Just dig me a hole. My daughter, I'm like, it's okay, baby. I'll go dig the hole. I'm sorry. They're like, Dad, can you carry this for me? I'm like, we're 3 feet from your room. You really can't. I can't do it, Daddy.
Oh yeah. Listen, this is the reason I didn't.
But I
have
also
daughters.
do that because I want them to know ain't no boy ever going to
That's
be.
right. That's right.
So I'm like, they.
That's right.
They got to know.
Here's what we'll do. So when they do get to dating age, whoever they're planning on going out with, we bring them on the podcast and we both talk to them. How about that?
Oh, that would be fabulous.
I'll have a lot of fun.
That would be fabulous. Yes, we shall do this.
We'll tell some lies, like some hunting stories. Hey, you remember that time that we ran out of ammo?
Remember we were hunting with Bobby Knight?
Do you remember that time we ran out of ammo in the Azores, and that 19-foot grizzly bear that weighs 3,000 pounds? We had to wrestle him to the ground and kill him with our bare hands.
It.
And then we ate him without cooking him.
That's right.
You remember that?
Yep, it was like sushi. I'm sorry. Sashimi is the beef. Sushi, I think, is the fish, right? Is that right? I may have to look that up.
Sashimi is...
I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, it's beef. It's raw beef. We just ate it. It's good.
My friend Anna would know. She's a sushi
connoisseur.
Yeah, she knows all about sushi. Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, so I'll have to ask her. Kabuki is a good place to eat sushi, by the way. Down at... Do
you kabuki dance at Kabuki?
Of course I do.
You do wear the whole garb and everything?
Yes. It's in the back of my closet.
And the wood shoes with the socks.
Right.
Just make sure they're gold toe so you put them on correctly.
That's right. Stupid sock. I'm almost as mad about my socks as I am Monday Night Football.
Oh gosh, no. I thought we got somewhere with that one. It's okay.
We did, and I've calmed down.
And you feel better because it's therapy.
I've calmed down.
This is also a therapy
I do get a little
session.
passionate about football. If you haven't,
I get that. I understand that. I get that.
So now you kind of know what it's like to watch a 49ers
100%,
game with me.
100%.
It is
Awesome.
It
I
is.
love it.
I'm dialed up to 11 the entire time.
I love it.
Hey, real quick, since we're kind of not, I mean, I guess we're not running out of time. I guess we can talk for 6 hours.
Run a little long. Right.
So I did want to talk. We had a great opportunity last week to be on Cassie's show, Eastern Crime Zone.
Yes.
And I was actually going to play a little bit. I didn't have a chance to. I just got lazy and didn't do it. But I won't lie. I had a chance. I was just lazy and didn't do it.
But you could link it on the website.
Oh yeah.
Of course, I mean, people know because
it's
up. I know you've linked with her. On Apple Podcasts. If you pull up our stuff
on our Instagram account. On our Instagram account, I actually tagged her and said, "Hey, had a great time on Cassie's show, Eastern Crime Zone. It was really fun. We talked about the I-5 killer.
Did.
And hopefully her ratings don't hit the crapper after we were on her show. And there was a lot of editing.
Like I said, Are you trying to say we're long-winded? What are you trying to say?
No, I'm actually trying to say anytime you bring up somebody in prison, I start making very inappropriate comments. And you can't get the morning radio guy out of me. You just can't do it.
It's okay.
And I'm like this.
We're doing okay.
Well, I mean,
No,
I say this stuff in person too. I mean, your whole staff either loves me or hates me. I'm not sure which.
No, they love you. No, you're good.
Because I'm writing on the cup that I pee in.
Yes.
When you guys are doing it.
No, it's good. That way everybody knows.
Why do so? Here you go.
And they saved it. Just in case when we go worldwide for an autograph copy.
They should.
It's right.
Right. Tell them I'll come in and do a fresh one for them for free. I'll drink a big gulp and a Sharky, and I'll come in and I'll sign a gallon jug.
That's the clearest pee we've ever seen. Look at this urine sample.
My urine is.
He was well hydrated.
Listen, my urine's very clear. It's very clear
because you're well hydrated.
I'm well hydrated.
Volume status is well within hypervolemic. Hyper euvolemic.
So let me ask you
hypervolemic. Probably.
So let me ask you this. A medical question.
Okay.
That you are a doctor. You are a real doctor, right? I come to this office and you're wearing the lab coat and all that stuff.
Vistaprint. Yes.
Vistaprint.
You got to look the part, man. That's it.
Right. Fake it till you make it.
Yeah, that's all I got to do.
I did 6 amputations before I realized they didn't need it.
That's right.
So
gave him right back to him, straight out.
So when I come there, you guys take like a gallon of blood every time I come, right? It's a gallon. I've measured it. It's a gallon. That's what it feels like anyway. Actually, I don't know. I'm probably out at that point anyway. I don't know how much you're taking.
You
could be putting leeches.
You're running the risk of.
So you take blood.
We do.
But then I pee in a cup too.
Yeah.
Couldn't you get the same stuff from the blood work that you get from the urine?
Not necessarily, because if you have blood in your urine,
yeah,
obviously you have blood in your veins.
Yeah.
Lest we'd have a problem, or if the blood no longer circulates,
or if you had urine in your veins,
or if you had urine in your veins, we'd say,
at least it's sterile. You are dead.
Something is, and he's officially died. looking for bacteria because
okay.
because you might not see that. Sometimes your protein level might be normal in your blood, but if you have protein in your urine, might mean something else is going on. Particularly if you have high blood pressure, could mean something vascular is going on, causing your high blood pressure.
All right.
Could mean you have something like diabetes or something like that. But we're looking mainly to make sure there's no blood, no bacteria, no protein in the urine. And that would not necessarily show up on the lab work per se. I mean, you're right. Most things we're looking at your blood, but the urine's it's like a $3 test if that, and it can really give you some good information.
Well, I just thought you guys wanted to get every bit of liquid you could out of me when I'm there.
Well, and that too, of course. I mean, I'm an internist. That's it.
Let's see what's in you.
That's it. I mean, we got to get all the fluids. No hole is safe. I mean, if there's an orifice, you can probably...
Speaking of prison.
You can do... Dang. That's terrible.
You can't set me up like that, my man.
Don't drop the soap. Don't drop the soap. Sorry, that's terrible.
Now I'm going to go watch Doing Time.
No, stop.
I'm going to watch Doing Time after this.
Quit. Also, yeah, very good. Very good.
It's a great movie.
It's good stuff. So back to the Cassie Millay, who has
what a transition.
Who has overcome this ADHD that we have.
That's right.
And is really rocking it out with her podcast. Had a great time doing that. Please check her out. And she's continuing to bring great stories and great research. And she was, again, it was pretty fun to get to cross over and do that.
It was.
And do that. That was cool.
It was. I thanked her again and said, hey, thanks. And she kind of had a panic attack when she was editing it because it didn't record on her end. And so luckily, I mean, we recorded it here.
Right. We had the backup.
Yeah.
And that was good.
That's why you do that.
Yes. Because, I mean,
I have been there, done that.
I understand.
I have been there, done
I have not, because I just basically rely on you. I just show up to, give the extra, whatever.
When I did football, what I would do is record it actually at the game. I had like this really cool recorder, like an expensive recorder that recorded it at the game. And then I had, because we streamed it over the internet too, and radio. Right. And so I actually had a thing that would actually record the stream.
Oh, awesome.
So one night I'm at the game and I forget to record. It's like halftime and I haven't. I'm like, oh, but I remembered, oh, that's right, I've got the stream. So, yeah. So the quality wasn't as good.
But you were still able to save it.
But I was still able to save it.
Thinking on your feet.
Yeah, that's
stuff.
Listen,
stuff, my man.
I'm not just a pretty face.
That's why we call him Dave. Handsome Dave.
I'm not sure that's what they call me.
Everybody loves your voice, though.
Well, listen, that's
like I said, faces for radio.
I definitely have a face for radio.
But the voice that will live forever.
It's that vocal butter.
That's right.
That vocal butter. Mm-hmm. Like
people at the office, they're like, we could just listen to his voice all day.
Yeah.
That's it.
Until I come in there and they're like, will you shut up and sit down? Fill out this form.
Stop whining. Stop. We've got to get fluids.
I'll give you something to pass out about. Actually, listen, your staff is so nice to me because I am such a baby. They are so nice.
Well, and April is awesome. My nurse is
Yeah.
awesome, and she's so good at what she does. And April, I'm going to dedicate this episode to you. Okay.
So what's funny is she's she was asking me about any new health problems or anything, and she goes, any problems hearing? And I said, what? And she looked at me and she said, that used to get me, but not anymore.
She's got the common sense. It's a good balance, and she can manage my ADHD pretty well.
And when she says, any new problems or anything, I say, well, I am older, and I usually make some drug joke too, something like any other prescriptions you need. I'm like, yeah, but I don't think they sell it at the drugstore. And I mean, it's just, at this point, she's just like, it just bounces right off.
She's like, okay, here, let me just.
That's right.
Let me just dig a little bit here. Let me see if I can make you pass out. It rolled.
It doesn't take much.
The vein rolled.
All I have to do is look at the syringe and it starts. Yeah. This is why I couldn't be a doctor.
It's okay.
That and I'm not very bright. Both of those things combined together.
The second one's not true.
Both of those things.
Not being able to deal with the blood and the pus and the the urine and the orifices and all that.
Particularly the orifices.
I think that's what gets you. It's definitely not from the man is smart.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
He's the genius behind the scenes. So on episode 15, since we're getting all heartfelt, and I still love Leitner, so I'm having a moment. So appreciate all the work you're putting into this too, man.
Oh, it's
I really do.
Well,
and it is, and we're having a great time.
No,
So
I do appreciate it. I
Absolutely.
appreciate that. But it's fun. This is fun.
It's good stuff.
I get to play radio again.
That's it.
And I really, really, really try, folks, not to say inappropriate stuff.
He's
It's
doing
just-
a good job. No, we really are.
You don't know how much I hold back.
But the
you
prison,
just don't
the
know.
prison stuff, don't tempt him. Okay, don't tempt him.
That's right.
Don't tempt him.
Don't tempt me with the prison stuff. Don't drop the soap.
That's right. No. That's it.
Don't drop it.
Another great show, man.
Hey, this was fun.
And coming up next week,
Coming up next week,
Sweet 16.
It's a big one. Also, too, next week,
Yes.
Marissa Bridge from the Apology Line is next week. And folks, if you haven't, do me a favor, okay? Do me one favor. I'm going to turn the music down here just so.
and he doesn't ask for a lot, really and truly.
I really don't. Do me a favor. Go and listen to that. It's a series. It's like 4 or 5, maybe 6, 7 episodes. I guess that's a lot different between 4 and 5, 6. Actually, Dave, it's 20 episodes.
It's a mini series.
It's
a full blown series.
and they're not very long. So, I mean, listen to it. But the Apology Line, it was a real thing in the 80s, and Marissa lived through it. She was married to the gentleman that started it. And we'll talk about that story and just I wonder if I could even get her to play some of the tapes for us on the air. Oh, that's so great because she's got tons of them.
I believe it. Oh, yeah.
Tons of them. And I mean, some of the apologies are just kind of stupid. Like, sorry, I cheated on my girlfriend. But I mean, it's really cool, and it still happens today. There's a YouTube channel now where people get to stand in front of a microphone and the camera's behind them. So you just see the back of their head.
Yeah.
And they can apologize or get anything off their chest they want to.
How about that?
Yeah. I've actually
Wow.
watched it before.
Have you ever been on it?
No.
Okay, me
Of course
either.
not. You'll be able to know it's me. It's like, God, that's bright. What is that? Oh, it's his head. He has no hair.
We can computer engineer if we need to,
That's right. That's right. I mean, it's easy to draw it in. God's sake.
or a steroid shot,
Steroid shot right in the head.
stimulate.
Yeah. I'm going to take some roids.
You could do that too.
You imagine how mad I'm going to get about Monday Night Football if I start getting on roids?
Yeah, and the 49ers. Yes,
And the 49ers?
That's it. Thank you all. Thank you, Europe. Thank you, everybody locally.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Yeah,
And
you can see us.
hey, tell us more, Dave.
Yeah, so you can see us now on YouTube, of course. If you want to see us, if you watch us on YouTube and say, no, I don't want to do that again. And I totally
Please
get it.
don't drop the podcast.
No,
Please,
no.
just
Yeah, right? And so you can, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Pandora, TuneIn Radio, Podcast Addict, Pocket Cast, Overcast, and he still loves.
And I still love Christian Leitner.
Oh, and our website too. DaveAndDoc.com. That's DaveAndDoc.com.
Go Blue Devils.
Go Blue Devils. I am pulling for them.
Yes.
The rest of the way, since the team that I like that wears blue is watching from home now.
It's all right.
Good job, Kentucky. He loves Leitner, folks.
30 years. See you. Bye.
See you, folks.